Hello, welcome back. Last time I did this loop. Today I want to do this one, so let's see if we can get that done. Stack 'em. Alright, so... you need to go here to get rid of that monster block, because that's the only way it's going to happen. There's a whole bunch of monster blocks here. Oh, I get it. I see what you're doing. Okay. So this is one of those, so this is a turn order puzzle of sorts, right? Hold on. Don't I need more elevation for what I want to do here? Well, I guess that's why these exist. So I want you to be up here. So this is directly, if I'm understanding what's happening here, this is directly building upon something that I observed in... oh, yeah, that's fine. Something I observed in... Adventurer? Where if stacked in a certain order... a push block carrying a statue falling into a pit. Basically, I want a stack of these to fall here and stay there for a while. Is that actually true, though? Yeah, because of the trapdoor. Yeah, so it's going to take a number of... I basically want this trapdoor to be depressed for several turns in a row. Since there's a trapdoor there, I can only push one stack of things, so that stack needs to fall slowly. So, right, this weird little behavior that I discovered during Adventurer is being used here. I feel like this is like... hang on, let me finish the room and make sure what I'm seeing is happening before I say the thing I want to say about it. How is this gonna happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that's probably the right number. If I push just one thing, you need 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay. Okay, so here's what I should have done. I want you on a monster block. So I got two things going on at once, kind of thoughts colliding a little bit, but this will make sense now. With those together, I then want... oh, this is going to be awkward. Actually, this is going to be kind of a big problem, isn't it? So I need to stack some too tall things on top of each other. That's what these waypoints are for, clearly. I need to hop up onto something. The problem I'm having here... is that I need to already have stacked on a too tall before I stack on a too tall, right? Okay, well, let's do one, and then I'll show what the issue is. I guess that would mean I would want to first do this. Then put that on a monster block. Then I can put you here like this. Okay, we got a statue and a statue. But monster block needed to go on statue. And I can't unstack these now. I feel like I have several problems. First, let's see if that's the correct order for what I would need. It is. Yeah, so Bomb Bug got one further. So the order was... leftmost on bottom, rightmost on top. Which monster block is this? Does that matter? No, because all blocks go before all monsters. So the relative order of that doesn't matter, I think? Is that true? I forget what the nuance is here. Anyway, so my problem is... Oh, that's not even what I wanted. Ah! Also, no, I have done this wrong. This one is going on the... If this one's going on the bottom, then I need this in reverse of the order that it is. Whoa, that's confusing to look at. Yeah, so statue B, statue A, so it needs to be DCBA from bottom to top. Okay, is this how I'm thinking about it wrong? I need to put this on... on what? I can't unstack these. What? So, like, there's some form of stacking I need to do here. That doesn't obviously seem compatible with the blocks that I'm given. So the problem is, if I put a push block on a monster block, I can never unstack that push block without being on top of the monster block. Unless something else helps me, but the things available to help me aren't really available. Or will not help me in the way I need them to. If I did this... Nothing's helped. You need to go up higher. Well, yeah, okay, I can do this, but that's not relevant. Ah, but if I lay it out that way, I still can't do what I want, can I? Maybe? Okay. So D goes on the bottom. Am I stacking... Which way am I stacking? I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, so... If I take this one first... So you are the bottom one. To stack something bottom up... No, I always have the problem that I can't unpack a push block once it's on a monster block, and given my block inventory, this is what I have to do. Right, so I guess the question is... Can I lay things out this way? And get what I need to get done? No. Still has the same problem, just a different way? No, wait, what am I even doing? Yeah, same problem, different way. That problem. I can't move that many times. I need 2 standable surfaces at elevation 2. And if these are the only 2... I have problems. The whole problem is this needs to be used to put a statue onto a, okay. No. Well, I have one idea. No, that's not workable. Okay, so for one thing, can I make 2 separate stacks? Like DC and BA separately from each other? No, I can only make one. I can only stack one of these statues on one other statue. Because, in order to do that, I need the statue to be stacked, standing at elevation 2. Well, on a block at elevation 2. Like this. Once I have that, I can hop onto a block that is at elevation 2 and push that onto something else. Let's just verify again that this is the right order. I think it is. Yes. But now I can't do anything else. These cannot come apart in order to accept another statue on top of that push block. I can't have already had another statue on top of that push block. No more stacking can happen. I want to stack you all on top of statue B, but this doesn't do that. It needs to be higher. Which means I need this on top of something impossible. I have to get this block back off, but I can't. Not unless I awaken a statue, but I need all 4 of them. Like, I would need the statue's help to push this off in order to put this whole stack on it and get it to an elevation where I can push it onto another statue. Is there supposed to be another way of stacking? The layout that I'm in right now... Okay, let's try and come up with another way of stacking. Maybe there is one somehow. This can be down, this can be up, sure, of course. So, I mean, like, the only stacking operation I'm currently capable of doing is this one. I've already tried this. Yeah, you're at the right height now. Yeah, there's this. But there's just one little problem. That. What's the expected solution to that problem? Okay, what are all the ways I can stack taller than this? Presence of these waypoints implies that what I want to do is exactly that. Here's a question. Okay. There might be something different entirely that I want to do. What if I crunch? By which I mean... So I guess do all this again. Because that's just the bare minimum to get one statue onto another. Right, except there's another step in between. Before I put a statue on another, let's put a monster block up there. So if I put these things together, I'm putting a monster block onto a statue. That becomes the top of the stack. Then I do this. Doesn't help anything at all. Unless it does. Okay, so, right, question is, before I've crunched, does this fall in 2 turns? No, that's a single turn. Is it because of which monster block I put up there? Okay. So if I put a later one, yeah, it's the block turn order rather than the monster turn order or something? So I put the latest block onto... So I'm gonna mark you. This is... I need like a down arrow. Alright, well this will be my mark for is slow. Green up arrow means is fast, blue diamond I guess means is slow. Sure. So that is the one to preserve and not stack these on top of. Except... First this goes here. Then a statue goes in front of it. So now, with blue diamond on you, does it take 2 turns for you to fall? No. Oh, wait, why not? Did I put the wrong one on there? Yes, it's the other way around. I want the fast one. I'm not sure which one I got the first time. Okay, so the other mark, the familiar one. So if you're the fast one, first fast one goes in here. Then it goes on one of these 2, doesn't matter which. Then other one goes here. You go into the spot. There we go. Okay, so fast one. Yeah, so I guess what it is first monster block A considers whether it's falling all at once or not. It decides it's not because it's fully supported as far as it knows. Then monster block F considers whether it's falling or not, and it sees that there's an open sky below it, so it decides to fall. Everything that is on top of it gets carried downward by 1. And then I guess, since the statue is a monster, it goes downward by 1, but since blocks fall a different way, they decide not to fall? I don't know, this is kind of really weird as it is. Anyway, right, so the question I was trying to answer was, if I crunch you together, does that behavior still get preserved? I don't think so. I think this will all fall at once. Yeah. Because at that point, monster block F's vacuum effect after falling applies in order to both statue rubble from statue D and monster block A. Like the statue rubble has nothing to do with pulling monster block A downward. Monster block F is the one that does that. Well, also it sees that there's nothing supporting it because there isn't. Okay, no, this does evaluate in a way that makes sense? No, not really. So, if I can't crunch those together, all the statues need to be alive while they're carrying blocks. The problem is I can only ever stack one thing. Once I've stacked one thing, my ability to prepare something for further stacking is gone because of the stacks that I have to make looking like this. Is there some way they don't look like that? Now, hold on. So I was doing things in a layout that was... I keep feeling like there's something about the proximity of those toggle doors that makes this possible. Let's rotate this around a little bit and see if... Right, that actually doesn't help. That makes the problem worse. Because now you're one too high for that. And I can't do this the other way around to actually help with the issue. Let's try a different thing. If I were to say that this block is the one that goes on top of a statue, then nothing can ever happen. What is the expectation here in terms of how I actually get these stacked on each other? Logistically, there just isn't actually a way to do that. I can do one. Anything further... Alright, one more time with the exact specifics of the problem. For a statue to go on a statue, I need one block-carrying statue at elevation 0, in a place where I'm near it. I need the other one at elevation 2 in a place where it can go on to the one at elevation 0. Those are the requirements. This is as though it's a block carrying a statue. Doesn't matter that there isn't actually one up there, the problem is the same. That's the top cap that goes in place. You are the next one down. So this is how I stack something on one of these. Now, so see this state right here. The thing that I'm stacking on top of the piece on the ground is on top of push block B. So after this state transformation, I need to transform my state such that I have my next stack on top of target here, and the thing to stack on top of it here. That's the piece that's impossible. Because to get something stacked onto a too tall, I already have to have it stacked onto a too tall. That requires me to either have a completely different way of doing it than this, or to pick apart this tower I'm standing on, so that I can stack on a 1 tall, then turn it into a 2 tall tower again. But I can't, because that just kills me. If I could do that, then I would put you up on top of this hypothetical push block that was unstacked. Then I would restack that with the monster block I had taken it off of. Put the whole package here again, hop up there, and push it onto this. Cool. But that's not what's happening. Is the result something completely unrelated to this trick? I don't see how it could be. For this to be pressed continually, Only other thing I'm thinking about is that trick where a statue bumping into a pit can push something across it and it'd have like a queue of things going along, but this layout's not set up for that. And the room title implies that I do want to stack these. So I suppose now is the time to say that over the time that this world has been published, I have heard quite a large number of reports from people about rooms in it being unsolvable and future versions fixing it. So is this perhaps the first time I'm running into that issue here myself? I need to make it a hard requirement for a proof of solution to be submitted alongside worlds. My biggest regret with this game is that I did not do that up front, and retrofitting that now is more difficult because of it. So yeah, because I don't have a process that actually verifies that everything submitted is solvable, I'm left with this uncertainty. Is there something I can do here? The answer might be no. One thing I can do is install a world update and see if this room has changed at all. So maybe that's what I'll do at some point. What I want to do first is go elsewhere. I can't though. I guess I would restore to when I made that exit. Does that do what I... Oh, that desyncs because it's replaying wrong because it doesn't understand that. Okay, so this problem I had was worse than I thought. Because I erased a monster there... Oh no. So I have a problem. And this world may have a problem too. And the two of them together are causing a big issue here. Let's spend another moment and see if there is some way I have not thought of to make the stack. Basically, I looked at the one pattern. It seemed like the only pattern that could allow me to stack too tall on top of too tall. One other thing I was thinking was to stand on top of the stack of statues instead of the other thing. Is there a way I could make that make sense? Let's see here. There might be... There's not. I don't have enough push blocks for this. And I need all of my statues, because once I push one thing... Let's say that's held for 1, 2, 3, 4 more turns, because that's the number of statues that I have. And that's as far as the bomb bug goes. You never get any more toggles. So that's how it's going to have to be. I need every statue alive and holding part of the stack. That means I cannot awaken or kill any statue. So no matter what I do, it involves statues never having been awakened. Oh, I can't get a push block on top of a statue. It incurs the exact same problem as everything else. Okay, so, right. So standing on top of something supported by a statue, like making that the base of the thing that I waypoint onto, is a no-go, because I can't stack there in the first place without without being too high already. Mm-hmm. So since I'm pretty sure this is what the room is about, I'll say the other thing I had to say about it. This is a very obscure interaction that was kind of just discovered by accident as part of another process. This has no ramp up whatsoever to it. Anybody playing this without having gone through all of... Well, hang on, Adventurer didn't even use this. Was this mechanic ever used in a world before? So the first instance of this being used in any individual world really needs something to explain it, first of all. Just like I was saying, the way that Chimera mechanics are used in this world requires the user to have played Chimera Lab first, but never in this world does it actually say that. So yeah, I would consider that an issue with the world itself. Like, either it needs to fully explain each mechanic that's used that is not taught elsewhere, or it needs to give a pointer to where else to learn about that mechanic. Because otherwise, like, this is so many layers of guessing to just even get something started here. Like, a puzzle just kind of doesn't function, except, well, for other reasons it doesn't seem to. But even in the situation where I could stack these things, there's still a problem here of conveyance. And yeah, that is a very hard part of puzzle design, but like, this is... So consider this a demonstration... Problem is I can't even demonstrate why that conveyance is important, because I do have the prerequisite knowledge, but how would I do this if I didn't? And also, so like, kinda extra problem here is this. Why is this a one-way gate? You're locked in with a thing that requires knowledge that is not given here. Also, the room might not work. I don't know, just like this room, I have several problems with what's happening here. So anyway, the thing that makes the most sense for me to do right now is to restore to here, which is how I solved this issue. This one's 100% my fault, because I don't correctly handle clearing the room on turn 0. So yeah, that replay will look just like the one that I just looked at. Can't waypoint onto anything because I'm not carrying anything, because on this turn I'm overlapped with the block instead of the block being on top of me, because the replay doesn't know there was an angry eye there first. Okay, so I may have basically like 2 branches that I can't complete. One because of these rooms, one because this just isn't set up in a way that's doable. Again, I can't be sure about that conclusion. So right, the reason I restored here was so that I can keep playing elsewhere. I can't though, that's the end of what I can access. I would need this infernal key and that infernal key. I can get one of them with my number of keys currently. But yeah, in order to proceed, the only way to proceed is up... Wait, 4? 4? Wait, yeah, there's no room up here, what? I mean, there could be an infernal key somewhere in here, I suppose. But I think the idea is that this will just lead to a sky key here, and this exit. It would break the pattern for there to be another infernal key than this one that I'm getting from this. So no, I think this is just a gauntlet for that key. Then I end up one short. What's this? This is a room I never did. Where is that? Oh, did I just never step there? Okay, one more prime key available. Alright, so I think I just discovered that I have reached the maximum boundaries of what I can do in this version of this world. So, it is now time to install an update. Just to be sure. One infernal key. One infernal key. One on me. 4 doors to open. No keys under any of these doors. No keys under any of those doors. Do you suppose there's a room up here? Yes, there is. Right there. But I posit that no one has ever climbed this ladder in this version of the world. Starting from the beginning, like without playing in the editor and skipping ahead some stuff. It's still possible that there's a way to do things I don't understand here. And let me just check if there was more exploration I could have done anywhere. Sky key here, right, okay, so 1 each. Yeah, so trade some keys there, but those kind of don't count. Infernal door there, that's never meant to be opened. What are these? Ah, that's okay. So I guess other possibility is I could go to these sections and see if there are keys in them? I don't think that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to install the latest version of this world, see if this room has changed, see if these rooms have changed, and see if that just fixes everything. But yeah, like, I need to actually enforce a policy of world is finished and verified to be completable before it's put on my website. I've been doing this by trust right up until now. I knew eventually that would catch up to me, so we are seeing what it looks like for that to catch up to me. I guess we already kinda did with another unfinished world that I just skipped in the list by request from the author. So alright, this is on me. I have to enforce my standards. I have not been doing that. And these are the consequences. Okay, so anyway, next time I will update this world, see if it gets me unstuck, and if not, we're just gonna have to move on. So that is fine. This is part of the experience. Learning stuff. Alright, next time, update will be installed.